Steve Kerr told the Warriors before Saturday's game, we got to treat it like a playoff game.
Love that.
Can they do this for 16 more games?
Now, you didn't ask that, and I don't know the answer to that, but I love that he put that out there. And the fact of the matter is, Tim Kawakami wrote a piece in the Athletic over the weekend just alluding to that, Steiny. They are in playoff mode. Doesn't mean you lose, you go home, but
also doesn't mean you're in the playoffs.
True, but if you want to get there, you got to hit the switch now. That's why that Laker game was big.
888-957-9570 is the number. Warriors beat the Lakers on Saturday. They jump up to 9. Anthony Davis gets hurt early, and they take advantage. And now they'll have the Knicks coming in tonight. No Randall, no Anunoby.
But still, I mean...
No Robinson.
I know, but...
Hey. It is Steiny. I mean, the Warriors, all they can do is play who's in the jersey, right?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And right now they're healthy, and they got about 5 weeks left in the season, and we'll see if they can make a run here. But they get a win. By the way, was it Spadoni, or who sent the text that said the end of the game was embarrassing to the league? Why?
Oh, Spadoni.
Why?
Everybody says that.
But why? You don't like when they get things right?
Well, no. First of all, they need to fix at Crypto.com Arena the shot clock. Like, I should not have a $1 billion industry, and we're relying on a stopwatch and a PA announcer.
Lawrence Tanter. Now there's a PA announcer.
It's on your board,
Legend.
Steiny. Steve Kerr also agrees about what's wrong with instant replay right now in the NBA. There's just too many mistakes, too many things open for interpretation. They need to get a handle on this thing. It's bad.
Well, you said it was embarrassing. Is it
was,
bad,
though, because the last minute and 40 seconds took 25 minutes.
That's
Evan Giddings had to stay later in studio.
I forgot about the Evan factor.
All right?
Good God.
He crushed it.
Jeez, Evan had a long Saturday.
Saturday night, too. Steiny, but what about LeBron throwing the ball on the ground like an infant, bouncing it up in like a little brat and no tech? We know we're having malfunctions.
Draymond never does that.
Still be a pro. Why you got to go to Dre when I bring up LeBron to prove your point?
Well, because
that should have been a technical. Warriors were clamoring for one, too.
Yeah, a bunch of crybabies, that's why. You know what? That is I will say this. That is the ultimate. When the other team goes to the ref and says, call a T on him. Call a T on the other guy.
I admit I don't like it when I do see it, but dude, you can't spike the ball down. Like get it together.
Let's listen to Steve Kerr.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of replay. I think we should have replay just for buzzer beaters, and that's it. I mean, we don't. The whole goal is with replays to try to get everything right. But there's 100 plays at each end every night that are subjective. It's not a game. It's not tennis. It's not Hawkeye where the ball's either in or out. It's there's all kinds of subjective stuff that happens. We're never going to get everything right. I think the flow of the game is way more important.
Thank you, Steve.
And he means that. And that call helped them, the ability to go back and look at stuff. LeBron, foot being on the line, Steiny, but the games are slowing down because they're looking at too much. And for a coach, his team, benefited from the call or the ability to do that. What about the fans and the flow of the game? Let's knock some stuff off of that list on what you can go look at and stop the game and seeing guys in zebra shirts leaned over and we're sitting there like we're in court waiting on a verdict.
The minute your team gets hosed by a lack of a replay, then we'll all change our mind and say, well, they got to go back to replay. They're never not going back. I mean, they're never going back to the way it was. There's just no way. But I would love that. Evan, Goo, would you like that? Replay only for buzzer beaters. Period.
I would prefer to get the calls correct.
Okay.
That means replay.
Okay, we all would. Okay, so you want to do replay?
Yes.
How?
I disagreed with Steve Kerr in the moment. Yes.
Oh. So you're not just doing it to do it.
I think that the end of the game was highlighted because of how unbelievably terrible the shot clock malfunction was, in addition to the two replays right back to back. So I think that's what pissed off everyone.
I mean, a
highlighted
shot clock malfunction.
Okay, no, that
you can't blame that on
I'm not
anybody.
putting that on my list.
that's
I'm with
happened before.
Evan, but I'm a condensed mind. The only thing you should be able to look at, to me, Steiny, is the ball out of bounds. Like if Evan hit it out my hands, that's what you should be able to look at. Other than that, let's go. And that's why I love what you said, and I feel it about this. The refs letting it go. I mean, the NBA going to get the last laugh when right before All-Star break, everybody was scoring 140, 150, it felt like. But, man, to watch the games now, like, hey, that was good D, contact, let's go. Let's keep it moving.
I also think there's a different tone if LeBron, they give him the 3 points, the Warriors lose that game, and then everyone's looking at that call like it could be the reason why the Warriors lost.
888-957-9570 is the number. I tell you what, the one thing it feels like, as we're talking about the Warriors, is that things change every single game. You lose to the Spurs, feels like people are bailing. They beat the Lakers, and it gets us to thinking maybe they can make a run. What did you think of Saturday's game? 888-957-9570. Warriors got 3 games this week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Knicks, Grizzlies, and Indiana. Knicks, Grizzlies, Indiana. Then they go to Minnesota on Sunday. I mean, the games are just going to come in a hurry right now, and it starts today at Chase Center with the Warriors playing the New York Knicks, who will be without Julius Randle and A.J. Anunoby.
Well, look at him.
OG Anunoby. They'll be without OG Anunoby.
I'll tell you this. I would like 2-1 at minimum. Like, that's just, at the least, you got to go 2-1 with who you're slated to play. You just beat the Knicks in New York. Again, no OG Anunoby, but, Steiny, they're still 17-17 at home.
Yeah.
So I do wonder, how valuable a home game in a play-in situation would, like, how much of it, you need that to be. No doubt about it, but you want this to improve, so when you get to that plateau, if you do, they got to come to Chase.
888-957-9570. How you feeling after the Warriors' latest win against the Lakers? They haven't gone down there and won since 2021. Also got the NCAA tournament coming up. I'm looking at my bracket right now.
An actual paper bracket. I love you.
I will be participating this year. I feel like I got... So we're doing something with KPIX?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm understanding?
Mm-hmm. And Lucas has one for the station.
Okay.
Lucas, the director.
Okay. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be a factor this year. It's like last year, I don't know if you remember this, it was about March of last year, early March, and I said, you know what? I'm getting into baseball. And I had 5 fantasy weeks where I won. So I'm just telling you, I'm going to lock in on the NCAA tournament. You guys know I've already started my homework with watching college basketball, and I got to believe that I'm going in as the favorite.
You got Tennessee winning. You can't.
No, I don't. How do you know what I have?
That was a joke. You just got the bracket.
Oh boy, those and wow, what an important week of conference tournaments. Boy, Tennessee gets embarrassed twice. Yeah, they're still the 2.
But you understand who they're important for. The bottom feeders is like their last chance to get in.
Okay, so who's in now? Who's in?
What was it? I watched
what happened?
Yale and
Yale's in.
Who did Yale play yesterday?
Probably an Ivy League
I watched
school.
the whole game. But
I'm telling you right now, they didn't play Kentucky.
No, they didn't. And I got them going far on my bracket.
So Yale upset Brown.
No, Brown was about to shock the world.
I just guessed Brown. Are you sure I was right?
It's Brown. And
you sure it wasn't Columbia?
The game. No, it was Brown.
I think it might have been Dartmouth.
And my buddy O.J. Brooks from Union City, California, lives in Maryland.
Good name.
Yeah, O.J. Brooks the third. His best friend is the head coach for Yale. So on Facebook, I go, wow, how long has he been there? 24 years, Goo. I didn't know. My bad. But shout out to...
How do you stay at a school 24 years and you make 2 NCAA appearances?
Well, the brother's doing it.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's not a priority at Yale. Good luck to the Yale Bulldogs, I believe, also known as the Eli. You know why? That's the dog's nickname. Bet you didn't know that. Also, Yale plays in one of the biggest stadiums in the entire country, the Yale Bowl.